the people who have survived jumping off the bridge have said the one thing that they all share is that as soon as they jump, their feelings of regret, like the remorse that hits, right? Can you share a little bit about that, and when you were sort of doing research on this, and you know,
Mm.
and how that felt for you too, as someone who has struggled with mental health earlier on as well, and how you had to find your way through the darkness.
Yeah, absolutely. I did a TED talk on that topic and interviewed a bunch of people for it. And it really hit home, so hard, because you just hear from every single person, as you were just saying there, that survived. They all said the split second they had pushed themselves off that bridge, they instantly regretted it. So it's just devastating thinking about that, and the people that didn't survive going through that. And it really hit home for me because I've had these examples in my own life. As I said before, one of them, when I had that leader come up to me after the session and talk about how he had the plan to end his life. So it really motivates me to try and just, as we're talking about, as Laura was talking about there, to keep sharing my story, to keep talking about this, to keep spreading the message, because sometimes we don't feel like it is helping people, but it really does. I haven't done one talk where I haven't heard something back from someone where they've taken something out of it, they've gone and gotten help or whatever it is. So people just want to hear these messages. They want to feel heard. And we tell ourselves stories, all the time. As you said, I got into this industry because I had my own mental health issues, and it would be stories of, I'm not enough, I can't handle this, I'm not going to cope, I don't see a future, whatever it was. And you eventually realize that they actually are just stories. This is your mind telling you certain things. I love the way Laura put it before about having a good night's sleep. Sometimes that can just be the change. So with experience, you start to learn, oh, okay, my mind's telling me this, I'm not feeling great right now, but I don't have to believe this, I don't have to buy into it. The emotion won't go away straight away, but I'm just going to move forward. I'm not going to sort of think too much into this. Let's maybe wait till we feel clear and good again, and then let's think about it. And often it's a different story. And companies, the truth of the matter is, companies just in the construction industry, especially companies as a whole, but especially in that industry, just do not prioritize, the basics: sleep, nutrition, having these conversations enough, exercise. And just a final point on that, I just found it fascinating when I was doing a contract for a large construction company in Australia. We individually went to 120 sites, where I did a talk at every single site, and we would interview and chat to the employees after each session. And this company they were spending so much money doing all of these different initiatives and trying all these different things that they thought would work. When we actually spoke to the people, they pretty much across the board said one thing: we don't really care. We don't even want, we don't want more money. These initiatives we don't really care about, because they weren't trying to tailor it. It was, we just want to be heard, and we want to have community. We want, used to do barbecues where we could bring our families and do different things. We want that. And
Wow.
at the end of the day, it's just that connection. People want to feel connected, and we don't have enough of that. So I think it's just such an important thing to, take on board, and that, companies need to realize, let's go back to basics. Let's listen to the people and try and look at how we can really connect and, humanize the workplace.